One more time.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome, guys. I'm Don.
And I'm Garrett.
And welcome to another episode of our adventures.
In Middle-earth.
We got it.
We did.
We did.
We didn't rehearse it at all.
Not much.
No.
So what's going on? It's been a while again.
It's a new year.
Yeah.
I can't remember when we filmed last. It was
I
before
can't either.
Christmas.
Last video we did was the Dunlin thing. It wasn't our adventures.
Oh, it was.
That was like a month ago at least.
It was before Christmas, though.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been a little bit ragged on our adventures in terms of like getting them out regularly, and it's because like the last part of the year we kind of crapped out on going to the tournaments with some regularity.
Well, we ran November's.
Yeah.
And December there wasn't one. Oh no, there was one.
Yeah, there was definitely one.
Yeah, it was the Peterborough one.
It was Peterborough.
Why do I keep thinking that December didn't have a tournament?
Yeah.
Anyway.
The GT happened to in January, which was the big tournament of the second part of the year.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, and perfect timing.
Failed.
Yeah, it was the first event I've ever missed due to illness, but like I had a nasty flu bug hit me, and I missed 2 days of work right before the tournament, and I was hoping I was going to be better in time to go on Saturday. And Saturday morning came, and I'm like, guys, I can't do it. I'm just too rough still.
Yeah.
And you were under the weather that day as well.
The temperature and up here is just like doing this. Woo.
Yeah, I know.
Like plus temperature, all the way down to minus 20.
Yeah.
Back up to plus 10. And my head is like literally doing this. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, well, you suffer from migraines, right? So
yeah, with the pressure change. So
it's not good for that. And on the day of the GT, which was what was it? Mid-January, I forget
January
the date.
11th.
Yeah.
Or 12th,
again, it was like horrible weather that day, which didn't make any difference to me because I wasn't getting off the couch.
The morning, it was one of those days where it was plus like 7.
Yeah.
And it was 100% chance of rain all day. Like it was the biggest rainfall I think we've had in January ever.
Yeah.
Or for a long time. And about 6 o'clock, the temperature was supposed to drop.
Yeah, for freezing rain.
To freezing rain.
Yeah.
And it did happen.
Yeah.
So like
and it was worse up here and up where you live, which is north of here, than it was where the GT was. But it was like right on the borderline of where it was getting bad. So there were quite a few people that didn't go. Like not only us, but Drew, our buddy Drew, he had to cancel because he had to work. Some big thing at work came up and he couldn't go. And Adam Marcel canceled, mostly due to weather, I think, probably.
I think he said something came up that night.
Yeah, so like we had a whole bunch of people cancel, at the last minute.
5 of us that were going to go?
Yeah, and we were all going to go together. So it was like a whole carload of people.
Chris was the only one that went.
Yeah, only one of us, Chris Mansell, he ended up soldiering on and going.
Yeah.
So good for him. But anyway, so hopefully starting off the new year, we'll be back with some more regular episodes of our adventures.
Maybe
hopefully we'll actually have some adventures.
Yeah, we have to have adventures to talk about them.
Yeah.
No, it's good. We have one coming up.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about the end of last year and then kind of get into...
Yeah.
We're going to kind of do this is what we did in 2019 and this is our plans for 2020.
Right. And even though we weren't there, the GT was a resounding success.
It still happened.
Yeah, and...
it happened even though we weren't there.
It's amazing. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what? We didn't show up. Why did it happen?
But like 36 people ended up showing up, which was good. Like we would have gotten well over 40, I think, if it had been a good weather day and everything would have...
Well, plus it was at the Hooded Goblins' new location.
Yeah.
And... I was really disappointed that I didn't get to go down and see that place because, like, the pictures and the videos that I've seen of the place, it looks great.
Yeah, it does look amazing, and we've been there and played in tournaments before, and just done casual gaming there too.
Yeah. Plus, there were so many people there that I've never seen before.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people like that tournament. There was probably a good half dozen or more people that were new. And the next tournament that's already sold out, there looks like there's again a lot of new people. Some of those people that were at the GT, I think, are there, and then there's all new people again. Yeah. So we're definitely getting more people out. But let's just finish talking about the GT.
Yeah.
And the one last word I'll say on this bad weather thing, because it's like it's literally like we do our GT in January. We were doing it in December, and it was even more of a pain in the butt doing it in December because of Christmas. Yeah. So what we decided to do collectively was, look, we're going to move it out into January so that like we don't have any of the Christmas complications.
Yeah.
But now like the weather has been atrocious for the last 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
So now we're still talking about it, but I think we're there anyways on the admin side that we are pretty much decided we're going to move it into late February for next year.
Yeah.
Just to like get it out of like the really bad weather season.
February's
crossing fingers there.
Not much better, but I guess
usually by the end of February,
yeah,
you're not into consistent bad weather.
Sure.
Like I know because I drive into the bad weather all the time.
Yeah.
And like in my mind, I'm always waiting for March 1st. It's not spring, but it's like when I get to March 1st, it's like all of that crap is usually behind me by then. So that's kind of the plan. Hopefully.
That'd be good. Yeah, because like we said, the last 3 years, it's been like this year. Yeah. It kind of influenced me going, I had a headache and like a migraine, so it was like I don't really want to have to deal with that when I get home and all day. The year before that, you and I went to the tournament together in your little car.
Yeah.
And it was fine driving down.
Yeah.
But when we came back, it was a blizzard.
Yeah.
And it was
we were at the tournament all day long, and it snowed all day. Like when we got there, it was fine, and it started snowing when we got there, and it snowed all day long. And there was like we were all out in the parking lot cleaning like inches of snow off of our cars at the end of the day. So.
And the year before that, it was the same thing. The night before the GT was a gigantic snowstorm. So
yeah. Anyway, enough about Canadian weather.
Okay. We didn't go.
No.
So we're not going to talk about our experience there because we didn't have one. But we do want to talk about the placing.
Yeah.
So
again, this year, the league title, I guess, it did come down to the last event. Yeah. It was on the line, and once again, Ronan Satnik was in the hunt. He led the league for the majority of the year. And then Ben sort of like pipped him out like at one of the last tournaments. I can't remember if it was the last one before the GT or maybe one before that. I think it was one before that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and so basically I think Ronan had to like pretty much almost win the tournament and in order to like take the top spot.
Yeah.
And sadly for him, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because it's like it kind of sucks when you're like holding a position for the whole season, and I know because like I was in third for the whole season right up until the end, and then Adam and Joseph both jumped over me at the last like one of the last tournaments, and so I thought, well, if I go to the GT and I can finish ahead of both of them and maybe like come in like third in the GT, I can get my third place spot back.
Yeah.
And then like none of us went to the GT. Like I didn't go, Adam didn't go, and Joseph didn't go, and so we all stayed exactly where we were.
I was surprised someone behind didn't pass.
I was surprised too. Yeah.
But yeah. And we were talking like because the three of us were talking during the day. Mm-hmm. We're like, who's doing what? And what's happening?
Because it's horrible not to go because I was like put so much thought into what I was going to take and all of that, and then like so I was messaging a lot of people on the day like who's playing, who won, who lost, and all that. But in the end, of course, it was Ben.
Yeah,
was the winner of the GT.
And that solidified his position.
And so that led him to like lock down first place in the league. So that's his second league title. So we've had 5 seasons, right? 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, and so only 2 different people have won the league in the 5 seasons.
Yeah.
That was Ben's second time.
Was it Andrew Brock, Ben? Andrew Brock, Ben?
I think so. If not, it's very close to that.
Andrew went. No, I think Andrew three-peated.
Yeah.
He won all 3, and then Ben won the next 2.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens next year. If Like, there's going to be at least those 3 guys. Like, I know Ronan is really trying to win the league last year and the year before and came in second both times. He's going to be in the hunt again in 2020. Ben's going to be in the hunt to try to get a three-peat and, like, try to even it up with Andrew. And, of course, Andrew's, like, always competing. But there's a lot of new guys now that are competitive players too. So
good.
So we'll see. All I know for sure is that I won't be in the running. It's not going to happen.
I've got an army planned for the year that I don't think can compete, but who knows? There's new scenarios coming up. Maybe they help.
Yeah. One thing that I was really surprised, and not because of who it was, but because of what he played, was Cameron Kuzik came in second at the GT.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't know for sure what army he has, but he always plays dwarves. I know he does have another army or two.
I know he has the Dead of Dunharrow, and he also has Easterlings.
He has Easterlings, yeah. But I think he came in second with Khazad-dûm, Durin. Yeah, which was like I'm eager to talk to him about that. I haven't yet. And then Stephen, I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Fio, yeah. He came in third.
He's new to the league.
And he's newer, yeah. Like
I think he started coming last year.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that we met at the Hooded Goblin and stuff. Yeah. The events that they were running there.
So that was first, second, third, and so for league results, it was Ben, and then Ronan, of course, was second, and Adam Marcel hung on without showing up at the GT, hung on to third place.
It's like, don't show up, get third place.
Yeah. Okay. So we also have 3 other awards that we give out
for the league.
For the league, yeah. So it's Craftsman, Sportsmanship, and Hobby Ambassador.
Okay.
And Craftsman this year.
That's one we both tried for.
We tried, yeah, but failed. Derek Satnick.
Okay.
He took it.
Yeah, he is.
He comes consistently with. We've seen guys like this that do this strategy in like 40K and Warhammer in years gone by.
Yep.
And that is you come with an army that's the whole package, right? It's like it's really well painted, really well based, really good display board, and it's thematic.
Yeah.
And hopefully competitive. So you're trying to do everything and put it together in a full package.
Yeah.
And he's really, because this is his first, this game, Middle Earth, is his first like miniature game thing, I think, right?
Yeah.
And so he's quickly figured out over the years how to assemble that eye-catching army.
He's pretty good at that.
And like when you go to, let's say, smaller tournaments, if someone comes with something like that, odds are it's going to win.
Yeah, if you've got 10 people there and 9 of them have just armies on the board, and like, this guy's got a display board with like tree trunks on it and a waterfall and stuff like this, that person wins best painted.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's...
So you can pick up a lot of prizes by bringing an army like that. And now he's got like 2 or 3 armies that he can bring that are like that.
They're that level, yeah.
So it's a good lesson for newer players that are wanting to get into that kind of thing.
On this point, did you see what Nick Vanny brought to the GT?
I did.
Like, that army was amazingly painted, and his display board was a next level.
It's another Khazad-dûm.
It was like a dwarven hold, like the inside of it, on a rotating base, so it spun around, and it had 2 waterfalls.
Like actual water. Like
working
water
with
features.
actual water features. One of them wasn't working, but it still, like, we know what...
I think only one really needed to be working to to make everybody go like, holy...
Well, then the spinning dot, like he blew the...
Yeah, and it's a shame I didn't write down who won all of those best painted awards, but I know there was a big post by Derek who ran the event along with Taylor. So okay, I read that one.
So Craftsman was Derek. Sportsmanship. I'm not sure how this is decided, but the person that won deserves it, and it was Michael Campbell.
Yeah,
like
he could win that every year, honestly. Yeah, I won it one year. Was it last year I won it? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I won it last year. But honestly, like, Michael's a guy that he could win it every time and nobody would bat an eye at that. Because that's the guy. He also won Wooden Spoon at the tournament.
Oh.
And I've never met a guy who cares less about winning.
Yeah, he just wants to play.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I'm really happy that he won. And then we also have Hobby Ambassador, and this is chosen by the admin team.
Okay.
And we give this award out to people that are, or a person in the community that is like really pushing the hobby forward, like really going the extra mile as an individual to promote the game, like get more events going or whatever. I believe last year it was Adam Marcel that won, because he's just like a pillar of our community.
Running events everywhere,
just
like
does everything.
The plays and all this stuff at Games Workshop.
Yeah, and this year it was Alistair Van Duzer. And
well, he's started up.
Yeah, he's in Ottawa now. He moved to Ottawa a few years ago, and him and he's had help out there too. But he's really been driving the Ottawa scene and getting games going and getting a community to grow out
building
there.
The community out there,
and running events and whatever. And started like Father Justin is out there, and Samuel is there as well, helping and doing their part as well.
I think their GT was the same weekend as the Peterborough event.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so he won that, and very well deserved. Like he travels all the way over to this part of the province regularly to attend tournaments. He was at our tournament.
Yep.
In November, then he came back in January to go to the GT, and I think he has family in Toronto, so it's
because he's from around this area.
Yeah. But yeah, really well deserved.
Yeah,
really well deserved there. So you mentioned, I don't know how it's decided for sportsmanship, and the way we have done it the last couple of years is we've just got people that are at the GT to vote.
Oh, okay.
Right. But what we're going to do this year, we're trying to do this year, is we're coming up with a scoring system for two of those awards, sportsmanship and the craftsmanship award.
Okay.
Right? And we're going to, it's a very difficult, both of them are difficult to score compared to like a best general, like who comes first, second, or third, and like we have our whole scoring system for that in place.
Yeah.
It's a lot more difficult to try to score that evenly for something that's so subjective.
Yeah, because like you beat me, I don't like you.
Yeah, well, for painting and display boards and like how do you do it? So like I've been working like trying to put something together, and I think I've got it down. Just waiting for all of the admin to give feedback on it, but
that's good.
We'll be able to actually in the last events just like add up the scores basically, and there's your winner.
Great
for both sportsmanship and craftsman. That's the goal. That's the goal, anyway.
Yeah, for somebody like myself and you to some degree, like going for a craftsmanship award.
Yeah.
Is something that I could potentially aim to do.
Yeah.
Like, there's people in the league that take the armies that win the events. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I'd rather take something that's thematic and fun to play instead of like cherry picking all the good stuff, right? So I'm not.
Well, it's not
poo-pooing those people.
It's not even cherry picking, but it's like in order to win now, there are certain types of builds that you have to bring. Like you have to either bring a horde or like, an army that has big mounted heroes, and there are certain competitive units that you have to play with and all of that type of stuff. And like I'm not that guy either. I just I try to do it sometimes because like who doesn't like to win and who doesn't like I don't like losing, but I just don't enjoy playing at the competitive level every game.
Yeah.
It's not like I would rather like lose half my games and enjoy them more.
I'd rather roll dice than then complain about
Yeah.
the way a model is positioned to see if you get an in the way or
So
something.
for guys like us, like, you know, having that kind of thing in place for the craftsmanship award, where it's more of like everybody can see how it works. Like, you know, it'll be written right there. This is how it works. This is how the points work. And so like every tournament we can achieve, you know, first, second, or third, and accumulate points and whatever. And what we're trying to do, or what I was trying to do when I was putting together, is not come up with a system where we dictate to the TOs how you have to do your stuff.
Okay.
Because everybody does it different, and a lot of creativity into like the different prizes and stuff that everybody has.
Yeah.
Like in a tournament coming up, it's like, you know, best single miniature, best unit, best monster, best war machine, whatever, best painted army. For us, it's best army appearance. Like, there's so much variety, right?
That's good.
But what we want to do is like have a system in place that can give out scores to people based on what the TOs decide to do, and not have us tell the TOs that you have to do it this way, because that just won't work.
Well, because they'll be like, I don't want to.
Yeah, and
But
it'll fall apart after like 3 tournaments.
And if 1 or 2 tournaments doesn't do it, then the whole thing is. Are you going to?
Yeah.
Is it going to be tracked like the generalship as well? So it'll be.
Yeah.
Like you can see as.
Yeah. Well, the idea will be, again, it'll be your top 4 scores for craftsmanship anyway.
That's really good.
It'll be your top 4 scores. So again, like, you don't have to go to all of them.
No.
Right.
But there's like, I could take just my whatever.
Yeah.
Poop army, I guess you say.
Yeah.
To some events, and then I really try at some other events and bring like my huge display board that has smoke rising out of it that spins around with flame shooting out of the corners.
Exactly.
Like, that kind of stuff. Smog breathing actual fire. Have like a little lighter in there that shoots nitrogen gas, or not nitrogen, but like butane or something. Like, look out, your models are going to get melted.
Anyway, enough about scoring in the league. What's next to talk about?
Talking about hobby projects.
Yeah. So one of the things that we do at Canadian Char, our tournament, and we've talked about this, for us, there's 2 big prizes: overall winner and best army appearance.
Yes.
To us, it's an 80-point event, and we want it to be an 80-point event. We do not want it to be a 100-point event.
No. We actively
Yeah.
fight people off to stop it from being a 100-point. Get back!
Yeah. So the overall winner basically takes all aspects of the game into consideration.
Yeah, I think we're the only one in the league that does that.
Yeah. And that's your overall winner.
Yeah.
And best army appearance is everything to do with the hobby side of it, whether it's converting your models, the bases on your models, the painting, your display board, like everything you could think of.
Yeah.
Like that goes into that score. So in the last 2 years that we've run it, we've had a scoring matrix that with the 3 of us came up with it, and you and I do all the scoring for best army appearance. But we haven't made it public.
No.
What our scoring matrix is. So our goal this year is to make it public, and we're going to make a few changes to our scoring matrix. And like one of them, because we haven't been allowing enough points in for display board.
Correct.
We figured that out this year.
Yeah.
Just because some of the display boards were like so amazing that, you know, this guy gets a 3 and this guy gets a 1. But it's like the guy that got the 3 is like so good. Yeah. Like we just need to give out more points for that.
Like diorama level display board.
And some people come and they're curious about their scores and they ask us, and it's like, well, you know, it's like, you know, usually for that we'll tell them what they got for that score. Yeah. But they're always like, you know, like, how can I do better? What do I need to do or whatever? So for display board and best army appearance, if you will, you know, people are still thinking like, my army and my display, it's amazing, like why can't I get more points? Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, I was talking to Damien, and you know probably that he won Throne of Skulls.
Yeah,
Damien O'Byrne.
Yeah, from the GBHL.
Yeah. And he won it last year with his Army of the Dead, and he won it again this year.
What is it? I forget what they were calling him. It was like Old Greg or something.
I don't know. But he won this year with Thorin's company.
Yeah, no, you're telling me about this, and then
Yeah.
I looked at the pictures, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, so, like, I'm going to put these pictures up on the screen. But he sent me these pictures a while ago.
This
And
is
I haven't seen anybody cover this on any other video.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? If you want to get perfect score
On your display board?
for best army appearance,
Yeah.
like, this is a perfect score
Yeah.
in my mind. And so he's got the unexpected party, and he's done like a bag end with his army, and it's got a cutaway. And like, look at the detail of the stuff he's got in here. Like, as far as I know, most of the furniture has been purchased from like a miniature company.
Yeah, we're looking at the pictures right now.
Yeah, we're looking at the pictures. But like, you look at the bases and the floor. He's got the bases of the model matching the pattern on the floor.
There's food on the tables.
There's food on the tables, pictures on the walls.
Yeah, and it looks like, if you were to watch the movie and look at it looks very close.
Yeah.
Like, obviously there's constraints.
Yeah, because he's making it in a rectangular format
Yeah.
to make it a display board. He's got the cloaks on the wall. He's got the musical instruments there.
Yeah.
And like I was saying to you before, that like, you can see all the cloaks are painted in different colors. And in the book, like, as they show up to the door, you know, they say, oh, these guys had green cloaks and this guy's got blue cloaks. Like, they go through the sort of the color, and I bet you they're all. He's probably written it all down and figured it all out.
Yeah. But the thing that got me was they're in this like sitting room, and Bilbo's on a chair, Gandalf's there, and it's not like Gandalf like you normally see him.
No.
But there's a picture of Middle Earth with a lonely mountain and smog
on the table.
Yeah. Which is the map that you see.
Yeah.
And the contract is actually rolled out in front of Bilbo.
Yeah. This looks like the scene where he's like, you know, he's going to pass out or whatever. And he's like, oh, just like, I need a few minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's the pictures on the wall. Yeah. Like, it's, the amount of detail is insane.
And like, the miniatures like are exceptionally well painted as well.
Yes.
So.
Are they the Forge World resin ones?
Yes, as far as I know, these are the Forge World
yeah,
ones.
because they're not the plastic.
No, they're not the plastic. They've got way too much detail.
Yeah, no, they did a great job with that. But yeah, like, if you see these pictures, this is the kind of...
So, like, when you're gonna, like... For someone that's judging...
Yeah.
This is what you're looking for to get, like, top score.
Yeah. Or like a spinning... castle with waterfalls and lights.
Yeah, and like, even the Hobbit hole, like the exterior of the Hobbit hole is done really well. This looks like the new Forge World facade.
Yeah.
But you can see like around the door, he's got the Games Workshop vines and
he did. There's a lot of work that was put into this.
Yeah. So this is the tippy top.
Yeah. That's what you have to aim for.
Yeah.
He did a really good job. Like, I'm so impressed with...
I know.
Like, that thing puts my Hobbit holes to shame, and I thought I did a really good job.
You did do a really good job. But yeah, like, they don't have like rooms inside with furniture and
no,
and
it was
whatnot.
hard enough for me to get them done without that kind of stuff.
I know.
Just to do the exterior. But yeah. So, like, that's the kind of thing that is going to be a really high score at our event.
Oh yeah, well, like, you know,
we
like the top one at our event this year was exceptionally well done. There were a few of them, but like this one here is, I think, at least a step or two above those.
Yeah.
So, you know, we could all sort of aim for that, but that for me is out of reach, I think.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, I could spend all year for a GT army and not meet that. But
yeah. Okay, so we do have another tournament coming up in February. We missed the January GT, but we are both scheduled to go to the February tournament. Signed up. Along with Andrew,
he signed us up.
Yeah, and Chris Mansella, who lives here in Newmarket, near me. He is on the waiting list still.
Yeah, I think he posted this morning or yesterday that Chris the owner of the store, or one of the owners of the store, opened up enough for 4 more people to come.
Yeah.
So
still Christmas. Christmas Hill is still not in.
There's 24 spots, I think. Well, now 28 now with the new 4. Or maybe there's 20.
There's more than that, I think.
There's 20. No, there's 20 spots, and now there's 24. But there was like 30 people that signed up.
He has 32, including waiting list.
Oh.
I think you're a little low on what they can take,
oh,
but
okay.
whatever.
It sold out.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say.
Did it sold out faster than our event?
No, it didn't sell out faster than ours, but it sold out, like, I think within 24... No, it was less than a day.
It was less than an hour, I think it sold out.
Yeah.
Because we're like, ugh. And Drew, we're like, okay, we don't know if we can sign up because we might be away, so Drew, make sure you sign us up.
Yeah, but we did get in.
Yeah.
But have you noticed that the tournaments have been selling out really fast lately?
Yeah.
Like the GT, I don't even know if they had like a top number of people that they could take at the GT. I don't remember.
It looked pretty full.
Yeah, like they must have had low 40s or mid 40s like signed up and paid, because they ended up with 36, but like quite a few people didn't go because of the weather.
Yeah.
But before that, the tournament in Peterborough that Mike put on, Journey to the Crossroads, was that December?
It sold out.
Yeah, that was December.
Yeah.
He sold out in like a day.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we only have 24 spots.
Yeah.
I think our league's got to the point where 24
is
getting like to the minimum.
That's where I was going. Like ours, we sold out in 15 minutes, but we were advertising for only 20 spots. And in the end, what did we take, 22 or 24? 24, I think, wasn't it?
24, yeah.
Yeah. We ended up taking 24. So we've had 2 tournaments roughly the same size there sell out, almost right away. The GT, which was very well attended, maybe didn't sell out, but it was like pretty full. And then this tournament, which has been sold out really fast as well for February, and it's like at least mid-20s, let's say.
Yeah, so, I think it's minimum 24 people.
Yeah, we're getting to the point now where, store tournaments the venues are starting to get small, because I think we're at the point now where it seems like we could regularly get like 30 players.
Yeah.
And 30 seems to be more than most stores can handle.
It's like a hall or something.
Yeah. So that's kind of, it's good to see, but it definitely is sort of indicating maybe some changes are in order, because we don't want to be turning people away if we don't have to. It may mean like more tournaments or bigger venues or
more events at separate locations so that we could maybe break up the...
But that's one of those things. It's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not complaining.
No.
Well, I would complain if I didn't get
it does stink if you're like not able to play.
Yeah.
Sign up early?
Yeah. You want to talk about bingo?
We can. We spent like 25 minutes figuring it out, so we're better.
We're better. Because we did a lot of work on the bingo, the hobby bingo.
I don't know if you can see it.
2019 hobby bingo.
It's probably like super shiny, so you can't see it. Whatever. Out of 25 squares, because we figured this out.
One's a gimme, the middle one,
sure.
Right?
So 24 attainable squares. Well, now I have to... Anyway, 25 squares possible. Okay. You and I got a number.
Who won?
Who do you think won?
Well, I know.
I do too.
Yeah.
Post the comments down below.
Well, we're going to give it away, I think, aren't we?
We're going to give the answer away. We can wait till next time. No, I'm kidding. We both scored 16.
Yeah.
So we missed 9 each.
But not the same 16. And as you mentioned, you got 3 actual bingos, like the line of 5 X's.
I got the top row, the bottom row, and
a
diagonal from the top left to the bottom right.
And I got no bingos.
No.
But I got 16 also.
Yeah. You're close. Like, I think most, like 3, one of them you were...
So let's just read the ones that both of us didn't get.
Okay.
Because there aren't very many.
Yeah. So we both failed to build and paint objective markers. I had talked about doing it for my Army of the Dead, but...
Yeah. And that doesn't seem like a very hard one to do, honestly, because it'd be, what, 5 or 6? Yeah.
Yeah. Enter a model you've painted this year into a painting competition. That was a little difficult because there really wasn't painting competition.
Technically, like any of our tournaments that give out a painting award, that's a painting competition technically, but we didn't count it because we thought it was aiming for like a separate, like a GW store painting.
Like if you had to put your army in for Army on Parade, like Adam Marcel did. Yeah. That kind of thing. That would qualify for that.
So we didn't give ourselves out.
I talked about this a whole bunch, but we never recreated a favorite scene from the movies with a narrative scenario. Mm-hmm. We're going to do Legolas fighting the Mumek. Yeah. And never got around to it. Mm-hmm. We made a display board for your armies. Yeah. How did we not do that?
Yeah. Well, I know how I didn't do it. I've been using the same display board for 25 years.
I'm just trying to think. No, because I didn't do a new one for my Army of the Dead. And the Ents that I made that I took to...
You just used one of
one of the tree display boards. Yeah, it's going to change next year.
Yeah, this year I got plans. I got big plans this year. Big plans.
That was it, right? That was the 4 that we didn't do?
Yeah, and so they've come out with the bingo sheet for this year. Mm-hmm. And it's mostly the same, but we just looked at it quickly there. And
there's 3 different ones.
There were 3 different ones. So 3 that are not on
the new one?
Yeah.
So and 3 of them have changed.
3 of them have changed. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you.
So
so what is not on there?
Okay, so build and paint objective markers has been
dropped.
Play all of the matched play scenarios. We haven't done, like, we were keeping track of
that. That was an easy one for us to get just because we play like 10 tournaments a year at least, but it's kind of a pain to keep track of that all, like going through all that. Plus this year I think they maybe dropped it because there's a lot more scenarios now.
Well, yeah, like today, pre-order the new matched play booklet.
Yeah, and we were going to talk about that in today's episode, but we don't have it yet, and there's too many questions. Like, there's like all kinds of information out about it, but not enough for us to really talk about it.
Well, we'll talk about
it next time. Yeah.
So that was play all the match play. Convert a model was another one.
And that was an easy one, too, because they said, like, even a head swap or a weapon swap is good.
Yeah. We both got that, and mine was converting King of the Dead, and conveniently right after I did it, they came out with a new kit for that. And I remember saying that, here you go, GW, I've converted it, time to bring out the
Was mine the troll? Yeah, mine was the troll.
Yeah, Franken-Troll.
Yeah.
With his droopy drawers.
Yeah, we were just looking at them. Good old droopy drawers.
So that was the 3 that we removed off of the old scorecard.
Okay, so what are they replacing them with? They are replacing one of them with play a doubles game.
Yep. That should be
an easy one. Because we usually have a doubles tournament every year, 1 or 2 of them.
Yep.
Well, Council of the Wise I know has one.
Yes, we didn't go last year, but I'm going this year.
Well, we went to singles.
Sorry, yes.
Singles on day 1, Council of the Wise, doubles on day 2. If we went to singles, we didn't go to doubles. Yeah, I think this year we got to go.
And I conveniently booked off the Friday.
Well, we're going to talk more about Council of the Wise. In a few minutes.
Okay. So play a doubles game.
Yeah. Take part in a narrative campaign.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
That's going to be something that I think we are going to have to...
That one will do it.
Because I don't think that a tournament is going to run...
Like, we haven't put out a video on it for a long time, but we're actually running a narrative campaign right now.
Where?
Yeah. Journey to the Blue Mountains. It's battle companies, but it doesn't say that it has to be...
It is narrative.
Yeah, it's part of the game.
We are forging the narrative, as they say.
We are.
Because we're building it as we go.
As we go. Yeah, we've admittedly stalled out on that a little bit just because we've had an incredibly hard time getting together over the last few months.
Yeah. The winter is not fun to me.
And then this one here is the last one.
Start a thing that we both like.
Battle Company.
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go.
Easy peasy.
Tomorrow is the Newmarket Games Club,
Oh, yeah.
And we will be playing battle companies there.
Yep.
So
you've already put it on the...
I will probably get that square checked off tomorrow.
Like, for this year, I've got the Dunland army is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be using them in the battle companies. Because that's kind of the reason why I started doing the army. Was for the battle company. But the problem is, I like to convert stuff.
Yeah.
And take my time to build and paint it. And it's like, it's almost February.
Yeah.
And by the time I get it done, it might be April.
Yeah.
But
they're all metal, well, mostly metal models. So
so it's hard to convert the foot infantry.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's going to be one of those things that, I might just say forget converting and buy stuff later and convert it.
I have Dunland Battle Company using the old Battle Company rules, which are, like, hideously bad. Like, it's a really awful battle company.
Just like, here,
do. And so my battle company, I forget how many games it's played, but I'm gonna guess like maybe 8. And we played it in our campaign. We used my battle company.
Yeah.
It's probably got 8 or 10 games under its belt. But now like the new battle company is there, so I'm just gonna keep running that battle company, but use the new rules for it. And so now I'll be able to get all this new cool stuff, right? All the Huskarls and horsemen and,
Kerbane.
Heroes can be mounted and all that. It's oh my god.
Can they though?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, because the horsemen are part of the list. So heroes can get that.
Okay, I'll trust you. I thought you had to be able to purchase a horse with the model.
No, any war gear that any of your warriors have access to, you can get.
Okay, obviously haven't read that enough to know that.
There you go.
That's why you're here.
So that's bingo.
That's bingo.
Is that it for bingo?
That's a bingo.
That's a bingo.
That's a 3 bingos.
Yeah.
And a no bingos.
Yeah.
We were talking about after adding them up. So we both got 16. The goal for this year is to beat that.
17.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
And for you to get at least 1 bingo.
Yeah.
So target
specific
ones.
I didn't even get a bingo. Like, how sad is that? 16 squares and no bingo.
You get the free one in the middle, and the one that you're going to do tomorrow is in the bottom corner.
Yeah. Oh.
So maybe you should worry about getting that cross diagonal.
I should target those ones.
Yeah.
I should look at stuff that we're thinking about working on. Just what else did we do? Okay, bingo is great because it's a fun way to sort of reward yourself for doing little hobby achievements and stuff. But
sure.
What else did we do in 2019?
Oh, there's a lot I did.
Like what were our big projects, let's say?
Well, I did the Dead of Dunharrow.
Uh-huh.
That was a whole army that I built and painted and converted a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and you did a really good job on that. Like I think we played a game against each other at TGX.
Yes.
In July. And I
remember.
We both had our kind of projects for the year going against each other.
Yeah.
Because you were doing Dead of Dunharrow, and I was doing Khazad-dûm, because I've been trying to sort of finish all my unpainted stuff for that army this year.
Yep.
And we played each other in a game.
Yeah.
At TGX in July. And your army was looking really good there.
Thank you.
And that was before the new King of the Dead.
Yeah, that was my converted heralds.
Yeah. And you converted a couple of them yourself.
I told you the second I converted them. And I even made a post about it. And then I forget who it was, but someone posted something like, "Oh, maybe there's something in the future." And I was like, confirmed, it's happening.
Yeah.
And then it was at Articon last year that they announced it.
So the funny thing is that you and I do our hobby really differently. Because you tend to say, I'm going to do this army. Mm-hmm. And then you buy the whole army and work on it from start to finish. And you almost always get it completely done in a very systematic kind of way. Yeah. Whether it takes you a long time or a short time, you always seem to get it done.
It's the only way I can do it.
And that's kind of like your big project. And quite often, at least with other hobbies and this hobby too, after you're done an army and you play with it for a while, you sell it.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, this is the army I'm doing. You get it, you do a great job, you put it all together, you play it for a year, and then you don't use it for 6 months and you sell it.
Yeah.
Right?
space, and it's just
Yeah.
it's something that I'm so used to doing.
Yeah.
Because we used to do it. It's the 40K in me.
Yeah.
That it's like.
Well, I don't do that with 40K.
This army is no longer valid because 2 more codexes have
I haven't played 40K for 10 years, and I still probably have 4 armies here.
Yeah. Well, right. I haven't played.
Now you can't get rid of them because they're like the miniatures are too small or they're too outdated or whatever.
They've
but
already
anyways,
come out with like
I wouldn't
3
sell
updates.
them. I wouldn't sell them anyway. But
no, I'm not. I say I'm not going to sell, but I was looking at stuff in my case this morning, and I was like, I should really see if someone wants to buy this. But it's like my old Herod.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to use these guys anymore.
Yeah.
So
just keep it. Like you don't need to sell it. Anyways, so for me,
I'll put it in a box and put it in the closet.
Yeah, that's right. For me, what I do is completely different from what you do. Like
you buy everything.
Like I think, well, you buy a lot too. Like,
True.
But for me, it's far less focused.
Mm-hmm.
Far less focused.
You're just like that. Looks
And
cool.
I'm also terrible at completing stuff, right? So for me, I'm like, shiny new thing, I get that, and shiny new thing over there, I get that, and like I've really started to try to control what I'm getting, especially when we like dove into Middle Earth like a number of years ago, and we were buying like huge collections of models.
Well,
right, just because we didn't have any.
Well, that, and we didn't know if the game was going to continue.
Yeah.
So we wanted to be able to.
So you end up with all of this eclectic collection, and like my collection just keeps going because I'm like, oh, I want to do a battle company of that. I'll buy a box of infantry and a few heroes, and it's like, oh, I want to start an army of that, or oh, look at this new thing that just came out from Forge World. I'll get that, right? And what ends up happening is like I have all of this stuff, and like. Like 2 units painted for this, a unit painted for that, 3 units painted for that, like it, and so I end up like I used to put my armies together from like units, and like over the last couple of years, I've been really trying to focus on armies. Like 2 years ago, I was just playing nothing but Isengard, and I was trying very slowly to get my stuff done, and then this past year, I was playing with my dwarves a lot, just again like plugging away slowly to try to get that army done, but it's like. It's like a real labor for me to try to get something finished.
Yeah, you're like the kid in the candy store. You can't like, oh, that looks good.
So last year, for the first time, I actually sold a whole army.
You did.
Yeah, and
it wasn't built though.
Because it wasn't. It was still in the blister.
Yeah.
Because like the amount I went through all my stuff yesterday or the day before because of something else we're gonna talk about, and like. It's overwhelming. Like I had to pick stuff to do what we're gonna do, and the amount of stuff that was there, it was like the first time I went through it, I ended up just turning around and going back upstairs because it was just like, oh my god, I don't even know where to start.
I have a drawer in like my filing cabinet. The bottom is for like boxes of models that I just buy or I win at an event or something. And I was looking through it the other day, and I'm like, wow. I didn't know I had this. I have a box of goblins.
Goblins, yeah.
Goblin Town goblins.
Well, you bought that when you got Smog because you were going to play Smog.
That was going to be my TGXs. But anyway, like I've got Gandalf and Pippin. Mm-hmm. And then I've got Merry. No, I don't have Merry. I have Theoden. Mm-hmm. And then there's one other of those kits that I have. I can't remember.
I have all those.
But anyway. I have 3 of those, and I'm like, I didn't buy them. I've won them at tournaments, right? Yeah. And then I have other stuff, and I'm like, I didn't even know I had this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how much stuff you can collect. And, like for me, I tend to buy 3 times as much as I can paint. Yeah. Which is why, like, I sort of set that as a goal for myself this year. That I was gonna, for the first time ever, I was gonna keep track of like exactly what I buy and what I paint. And it was gonna be, okay, for every model that I buy, I will have to paint 3 models. Totally failed.
Oh yeah.
Total failure at that. But on the good side, I did keep track of how many models that I painted. Okay. And I think I was in like 80.
That's good.
85 or something like that, which is like I hear other people talk about like 100, 200, 300, which is like, to me, it's unfathomable. But
have you seen the videos that Ash puts out for Guerrilla Miniature Gaming?
On how much stuff he paints?
Yeah.
No.
It's like I think he painted like 1,000 models last year. He had a six
That
by
is like, how can you
a 6 by
possibly
8
do
table full, and it wasn't even the full amount. But he does terrain. He does so many different game systems that I painted
86.
I painted my Dead of
Don
Dunharrow.
Yeah.
And the trees, and like maybe like a couple models here and there.
Yeah.
So I painted probably around 60, maybe 70.
That's still good.
Well, my Dead of Dunharrow.
Like, to me, if I can get to 100 in a year,
yeah,
that I don't think I could do more than that.
Like, my Dead army is probably 60 models.
And I could have done it because, honestly, in the last 2 or 3 months, I didn't really paint anything.
No.
Hardly. 1 or 2 things here and there.
I haven't touched anything in a long time.
So I painted 86 models.
I haven't even painted my new King of the Dead and Heralds. Yeah. I built them, and then I'm like, well, why? I've got painted ones already.
So if I was to stick to my thing of painting 3 models for every model that I would have bought, I would have had to have painted 255 models, and I painted 86. Because I bought...
So you painted, like, based on that number?
I bought 99 models.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like you painted close to what you bought in models.
Yeah, it was close, yeah.
Yeah, you're off by like 5 or 6 or something, right?
So this year, I'm not going to do it this year. I'm going to keep track of what I buy and what I paint.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm going to try to do, is just, I'm going to try to paint more than what I buy.
I don't really have a backlog of stuff that I really want to get painted. I have other game systems I want to paint stuff, but my goal is to like paint everything that I buy. And if I can do that, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Because for me, like, a great example is when they came out with those plastic kits like you were just talking about, like Gandalf the White mounted with... And like,
Durin
that model, to me, it's just like a reflex to buy it.
Yeah.
But, like, it's still sitting there, like, over a year later, you know? It's still on the sprue.
It's a nice model.
I'll get around to it one day, but I don't play with Gandalf either.
No.
Right?
He's very specific. Like, he is a Minas Tirith model.
He is,
Maybe Rohan.
What else did you do this year?
I built some Hobbit holes.
You did, for Canadian Shire.
And I think that was literally...
Was it 3 or 4?
It was 3.
3? Yeah.
That was the extent of my hobbying.
Yeah, and we had to friggin' nag you to get those done, too.
Yeah, I trolled you guys pretty hard at the end.
I knew you were doing that.
You're like, I'm like sending pictures of stuff I had done like 3 weeks before. And Drew's like, Garrett, you haven't even put paint on the model yet. I'm like, oh no, man, I've just been so busy.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, they're like 90% done.
Yeah. Like, for me, I'm always working on a piece of terrain here or there. You know, I got stuff upstairs that I'm working on right now. I played with a bunch of guys in Barrie early in the year, battle companies, and I was doing a Mordor. So I have a Mordor battle company that's got, I think, 7 or 8 games. And I converted a bunch of models and painted a bunch of models, because you can get a really eclectic mix of models in that warband.
Yeah,
that's why I like it.
Place.
Yeah. So I was painting some models for that. But another thing for me this year, 3D printer. So I won some money this year.
Okay.
And we've talked about getting a 3D printer. I was like, I don't really need it. Or super, you know, but, you know, if I had the money to buy it, you know, maybe I'd think about it. And then here it is. Got the money. Yeah. Right? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So it's like,
if I had the money, well, here's the money for it.
Yeah. So I got lucky that way. So I ordered the Ender 3 Pro. And been playing with that, and that, you know, yeah, it's been an experience, I'll say, having that thing.
Yeah.
For me,
your frustration level.
Yeah, for me, like, you know, like, technology is like, I work with technology, but I struggle with it, like, hardcore to learn it, and this thing here has been no exception. And I was surprised how quickly I was able to get it up and running, and thanks to the help of a few people, like a guy at my work, Terry, and Mark Chabot, local guy that is in our community. He's been a huge help to me and other people, like with our 3D printers, getting them running. But man, that thing takes up a lot of your time, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, when you get it going, it churns out stuff like crazy. And it was a good investment for us because, like, really the primary reason that I got it, like, kind of for us was our tournament, because we wanted to print 3D printed trophies for our tournament. So we got that designed, and, like, right there printed off, like, 3 fairly big trophies for our tournament. So that was a huge payback right there.
Yeah, and you got it right before our event too, so you're really focused on that.
Like the last couple of weeks was just like, oh my god, it has to turn out.
Yeah,
it has to turn out. So that was fun, and it's still been fun, but it's been very frustrating at times too.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple times where I was so fed up with it, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. I've had it. But you know, you play with it, you get it going, you learn.
Eventually you figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like everything. Start off not knowing.
Yeah, it was just like learning how to do 3D software.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like I know you've tinkered with it too, and like for me, like learning that was like a huge learning curve, and it was all, you know, self-taught pretty much. But you know, it's amazing what you can learn to do on YouTube.
Yes, YouTube is a valuable resource.
It is. Okay, well, let's finish up with a little flotsam and jetsam.
Yeah.
I initiated this.
I set the spark.
And like it goes back to this piece of paper that is still stuck here on the side of this thing.
I can't believe when you said you had it. I was like,
do.
It's crazy. The painting challenge.
So years ago, when we first got into this game, and none of us had any more models, we sort of filled out this little contract.
Oh, we actually signed it
and we
too.
actually, all 3 of us, you, me, and Andrew, we all signed it.
Yeah.
And it was like basically set goals for Pam. I'm going to stick it back over there.
Good.
You'll find it a few years from now. It set goals for us, and it was a monthly thing, though.
Yeah. But we also, we had like, if you don't get it painted, you got to buy the other guy something. And
it had penalties involved. Yeah, it was
we're not doing that this time.
Yeah, we're not doing that. But we are doing a hobby challenge.
We are.
So it was all based off of your statement.
Yeah.
Which was what?
I got to get away from the computer.
Yeah.
And playing video games and get stuff done. So.
What stuff?
Well, getting my Dunland stuff finished.
Right.
I just went out and bought like
everything.
$500 worth of an army,
and
it's still sitting in the packaging beside my computer desk, taunting me. Build me, build me. If you build me, we will win. Yeah.
So you kind of threw out a challenge, like to us, to sort of help you.
It was one of those things that I was just sitting at my computer going, "Why am I wasting my time here on this computer?"
Yeah.
And I've got that stuff there.
Yeah.
I'm doing something
and I'm bad for that too. It's amazing you can like spend a Saturday and like the whole day goes by and like I did nothing today. I was just like.
Well, it's because the weekend the GT, I didn't do anything all weekend except for sit in front of the computer.
Yeah.
And then the next weekend it was the same thing. And I'm like, what did I accomplish?
Yeah.
I have digital pixels on the internet. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, big deal.
Right? So I threw this out in a group chat that we have.
A friendly challenge, kind of.
And it was basically, okay, I want us, as the 3 of us, to set a goal or goals and get it done for a specific time. Because for me, having an actual endpoint helps.
Yes.
Because I'll know I've got to have it done by that time. Like, if I say I want to have it done in a week, it's not going to get done.
No.
Or if I want to have this much done in a week, it's not
it has to be like a realistic time frame.
It's a complete project, has to be finished in this time.
Yeah.
So.
Totally foreign concept to me.
Well, because like you said earlier, when I get something, I have to finish it and I complete the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
I did dabble here and there with some models in my Dead of Dunharrow last year. Like I bought more guys and painted them up, but for this year, I set a goal and I said to you guys, "This is my goal.
Yeah.
I want you guys to come up with goals for yourself. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't have to be exactly the same thing.
Yeah, like if you want to paint one model in the time frame, fine. But we have to have a goal.
But say your goal first before the beginning, so we all know what it is, and we can all point fingers at each other when we don't get it done.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So my goal was to get a fully painted, based display board army ready for Council of the Wise this year.
Which is in April.
April 25th and 26th.
Right.
And it's an 800-point army. So I'm going to build and paint the Dunlin army.
Do you know that that's what the tournament is? Or is
yeah, he's already posted.
Oh, he has? Okay.
He's got the events listed.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know what the doubles are. That's something
right.
totally different. But for me, it's get my 800-point army singles ready to go for the Saturday.
So that's going to be...
that's my end goal.
That's a large army, too. It's not... You're not talking about 30 models.
Well, you asked me what's in the army, and I'm like... I should probably look and see what it is.
Yeah.
So I added up what I have.
Yeah.
And I have enough models to accommodate
800?
that 100 points. Yeah, 800 points. But it includes like a couple of chieftains that I don't need to really have in my list. So I got to buy another box of dudes because I need dismounts for my horses.
I got a box of chieftain if you want.
No, I don't need another chieftain. I
you
have
don't?
two.
Okay.
Yeah, I need a box for like the actual...
Oh, the guys?
The foot soldiers, yeah. So, anyway, it's like the 3 new heroes, Thryden, 6 horses, 3 Crebain, a bunch of wildmen, like the poop guys, and then like 26 of the foot guys, and 6 Huskarls. It's a crazy list.
It's crazy. That's a lot of stuff, honestly.
It is.
Like, did you say it was 50 models, or?
No, it's more than that. I could probably pull it up, but the chat's been like through the...
Well, it was 50 something, right? It's like 55 or 53 or something like that.
It's 12 and 9, and then 26. So 21, 26 is 47.
57?
Plus 57?
I think so.
Plus heroes. So it's somewhere in the 60
almost 60
model.
Yeah,
it's a large amount.
Yeah.
So
are you going to get all of that done, or just 800 points of that?
That, like what I have, and a display board. Not like a
TV tray?
Not a TV tray. Like an actual, like, proper display board for that list.
Yeah.
And...
that is tough to do.
That's my
how much time you got to do that?
April, March, and February.
So 3 full months.
3 full months. Because today's the 25th.
I can tell you right now, I would never be able to do that.
Well, that's why I've set that as my goal.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, I said I'm going to break it up in stages. So the first stage that I wanted to complete was to get everything built and be able to say that it's at the level where I'm going to base paint coat it, like put the base coat on it.
Yeah.
By the end of the month.
So are you talking like polished paint job or tabletop?
For April?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to have to put another paintbrush to it.
So fully done. Okay. The reason I asked that is because Andrew Brock, who's our buddy, he's going to jump into this challenge with us as well. And his was really different. Because, again, you said we didn't have to all do exactly the same thing, but, just should be similar in scope. But
well, because, like, the first thing I think you said was, I don't want to buy another 800-point army.
Yeah, like,
and I'm like I don't want you to do that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to buy, like, a whole bunch of more stuff in order just to do an army.
And I wasn't like, well, you got to do 800 points of stuff. I just said, pick something that you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
You got 3 months to do it, because it's 3 months from today. Including an extra day, because February has 29.
There you go.
So that extra day is going to be all that matters. But we'll be spending it at a tournament. So
I'll have to take that day off work.
Yeah. Be like, oh my god, I got to have a week off work before the tournament.
Yeah. No. So Andrew said that what he's going to work on is primarily his Gondor army. So he's got a Gondor army that he collected and painted sort of just enough of it to play with, and they're only painted to sort of tabletop.
Yeah, 3 colors washed.
Yeah, so what he's going to do is the stuff that he has painted right now, he's going to take it up from tabletop to, what do you call that, like finished quality?
Like next level.
Next level, yeah.
Like above tabletop standard.
And then I guess a bunch of the stuff that he has for that army that is not painted at all, he'll completely do those models as well. So he's going to let us know exactly what he's going to work on. So don't know the specifics of that. And for me, this was a tough one. And I mentioned a little earlier that I came down to go through my stuff and got frustrated and like threw my hands up and went back upstairs because there's so much stuff. Because I got cases and cases and I got like a couple cases of stuff that's out of the blister. I got like boxes of stuff that's assembled and primed. I got like countless boxes of blisters and whatever.
Plastic.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you know, every time I turned around there was another container full of models and going through everything to figure out what to do. It was pretty hard. So in the end, what I did was I'm like, okay, pretty much I'm just going to look at the stuff that's already assembled and primed.
Sure.
To reduce it. So this is, and some of it isn't, but this is what I've come up with, and I took some pictures because I sent this to you guys. So that's a picture of everything there, but basically it consists of some of the same stuff you're doing because we both bought this Dunlin stuff. So for me, I want to paint these models up because I want to use them with my Isengard and also in my battle company. So it is 2 blisters of Huskarls and the blister of the heroes.
Okay.
And then again, like one of the things I want to do at some of the tournaments this year is I'm going to play like a fun Isengard list. So I want to paint up one of my bomb teams.
Okay.
Right?
Like you take like the Siege Legendary Legion.
Yeah, you could do that too. So I had these guys, so I picked one sort of team of 2 warriors, a berserker and a bomb, and then I have this one captain who's like half painted from the command kit, and then I've got I've just suddenly forgot this hero's name, the dwarf. Marden. I was thinking Maher, and I'm like, what is that? so I got Marden. He's the only one that I haven't painted, the only hero that I don't have painted.
Okay.
So, and then he's leading 4 Dwarf Rangers.
Okay.
And then I've got the old school dwarf captain that I've added a shield to, and just 4 dwarves with shield. I think 2 of them are metal and 2 are plastic.
Yep.
So again, just a random assortment of stuff. And then I've got my shade here.
I see that.
And then I've got a big group of Mordor. And again, this is stuff from my Mordor battle company.
Okay.
So I got a couple of, what do you call these guys on the end? These
Morgul Stalkers.
Morgul Stalkers. Then I've got a couple more Morannon Orcs, a couple Black Númenóreans in there. I've got 2
Mordor Uruk-hai.
Mordor Uruk-hai, which I've added shields to. And then this is the Morannon Orc captain with shield.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then the last thing in the back, the box, is this bad boy, which just came in the mail the other day, which is Gulavar. Yeah.
Nice.
So he goes along with the shade for Angmar.
Yep.
And I also had the only other model for Angmar that I don't have painted, which is Berdur.
Okay.
So I did have him and a bunch of other stuff in here, but I took him out because he's not assembled or anything. And I'm like, I'll never get all of this stuff done. So I took out probably upwards of 10 dwarves and Berdur.
First mistake. Or first way of failure is admitting that you can't get it done.
Hey, you know what? This is going to be hard enough for me to get done.
No, that's good.
If I can get 3/4 of this done, I'll be very pleased with myself.
And like I said, my goal is to do that. I might not even finish it.
Yeah.
But if I start thinking that I'm going to, and I put my mind and a lot of effort into it, I'm going to get it done. Like I want to... If I could go with this army and win best appearance... Like, who cares if I lose all my games? This is what happened last year at Council. I lost all my games because I had Treants, but I won best themed army.
That was my highest tournament score last year, eh?
You got in second.
Council of the Wise Singles, yeah. It was one of my best performances, and it was with Dwarves.
Yep.
Came in second, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, if you or Drew wanted to be like, I'm going to do a battle company, but I'm going to convert a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to add more guys to my war bands to fill out my army for stuff that I have that I haven't completed. Like, I'm like, do what you want to do. Like, set a goal for yourself.
Yeah, and for me, it's like this stuff I've already, like, some of it I've already put gravel on the bases even.
Yep.
But it's been assembled and primed for the most part. So it's like, why would I pick something that's still in the box?
Yeah,
like,
and
let's get this stuff done.
Exactly. Like, another friend of ours, Josh, he does a podcast, and, like, he does, like, a motivational minute sometimes in his episode, and he's, like, says something motivational for a minute, and Curtis is always distracting him, trying to get him to, like, fluster his way through it.
Oh, yeah.
So it screws him up, but it's good because Josh does it, and then Curtis does the demotivational minute after.
Yeah.
Right? But Josh has some pretty good pearls of wisdom in
like this. What kind of what motivational thing are you talking about?
Well, it's like if you I can't, like, say it word for word, but, like, if all you think about is failure, you're only going to fail.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
But if all you think about is positive things and achieving goals, you will achieve them.
Okay.
Right? Kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, if you set your goal to do that...
So he's, like, preaching the motivational mantra kind of deal.
So if I put this forward and this is what I want to accomplish, I'm more than likely going to accomplish it.
Yes.
If I say, I'm not going to get it done and I don't even want to bother trying, like I have all day today, I've been like, this isn't going to get done. Because there is
Hey, well, maybe if I get my stuff done, I can help you get your stuff done.
Well, even just you doing something, I see that you're getting something accomplished. Like, if Drew posts a picture, like, that's where it comes into, we're going to be doing updates. Like, hey, look, I got Gwolver built today.
Yeah. Yeah, because now we'll be, like,
thumbs up,
putting pictures back and forth to each other. Haha, look what I got done today. What did you guys do?
Exactly.
Nothing.
Yeah. So, like, you'll feel bad that they have accomplished something and you haven't.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? It's a way of motivating us to keep going.
Yeah, it's a good idea to have a goal,
because I'm like, when I was thinking about this at the beginning, I'm like, if I just try and do this by myself, it's going to sit in the box.
Well, because if we don't know about it, then you'll just be able to fail and just, like, not say anything.
Yeah, so now I have somebody
and not face the ridicule of your peers.
Yeah. So there you go. That's our flotsam and jetsam.
That's it. Yeah. So we'll see how we make out on that. So we got 3 months to do it.
If people are listening to this and they wanted to also do something...
Yeah, that would be cool. Because what I was thinking about this, too, is the thing we were just talking about before this was the hobby bingo.
Yeah.
Well, if I get all of that stuff done, I bet you that's probably half a dozen squares on the hobby bingo.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Because I got one monster in there.
Yep.
Right, for example. So that would be my war machine or monster.
Yep, and there's, like, stuff like, has this been in your painting backlog for a year?
Yeah. Well,
like, half of that stuff has been there for more than a year.
Yeah.
Right?
A few new items in there, but yeah, like, for example, just the Morannon Captain. I've had him for years.
The one that I keep looking at, and I don't think it's ever going to happen, is build and paint a model within 48 hours.
Yeah. That was tough to do last year for me, and it was only because of the made-to-order that I got it done. And last year, as soon as I got the made-to-order in the mail, and I think it was on a Friday, right, I pulled one of the models out of the blister and got to work on them immediately.
Well, what I'm going to have to do for that square, it's obvious, like, I can't do it now because I've already bought all this stuff and I have it for the Dunland Force, and that's going to probably be my focus for the next little bit, well, obviously. But after that's done, I'm going to be like, okay, do I have this weekend off? Yes. Okay, I'm going to purchase something and I'm going to have it arrive in my house for Friday.
That's what you do is... The key is when you get the model in your possession, right?
Yeah.
Because if it's coming in the mail, then you can't really control when you're going to get it. But if you're going to a store or whatever to pick it up, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Right? So like, what you do is you get all of your models delivered to my house.
Ah.
Yes, you see? And then when you have the day off, or the weekend off, then you get the model from me, and then you actually receive the model at the optimum moment.
Get it like Friday night, like...
Yeah.
At like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Do our little talk. Go home.
Yeah.
Get it out of the box.
Yeah. Clean it up.
Spend maybe a couple hours cleaning it.
Yeah, maybe prime it up or whatever.
Yeah, because the paint is like the 48 hours. The paint is the tricky thing. But Yeah. I've seen people, like there's a guy, I forget he's in a YouTube channel, it's like Goobertown Hobbies or something.
Yeah.
He does like paint a get started box in 24 hours.
Oh, really?
So he'll like get a getting started box, and from that box, he will build and paint it in 24 hours.
This is for like Age of Sigmar 40k, those ones?
He's done
There's
it twice.
a lot of stuff in those
He's done
boxes.
it twice now. Yeah, he did it with Orc Army.
Yeah.
And then he did it with the new Slaves to Darkness.
Wow.
Which is 10 Chaos Warriors, 5 Chaos Knights, and then a Chaos Lord.
Yeah. So you were saying that
hours.
your hope is to what, like sit down like 3 or 4 nights a week and paint for an hour or something like that?
Well, I want to do at least an hour a day,
Mm-hmm.
because this is another thing that Josh was saying. Like if you, even 15 minutes a day,
Mm-hmm.
like over the course of a week,
Yeah.
that's, I don't know, like
Yeah,
an hour and a half.
I've noticed that myself. Like when I have all my painting stuff down here in the basement, but I spend all my time upstairs with Angela in the living room and in the kitchen or whatever. So I find when I bring some paints upstairs and I leave them on the kitchen table, which doesn't go over too well with her, I actually end up getting a lot more stuff done because of that. I can just like sit down for 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And, you know, it doesn't really impact your evening, but you actually can get some stuff done. And a lot of the time it's like, you know, I'm going to put my gravel on my bases and glue it down and just like, okay, I did it to all the models there. That's it for tonight.
You gotta wait for it. But like, for me, because I've got to build all this stuff, like if I crack open a box of Huskarls, which I did this morning, if I...
What? You're ahead of me.
Well, I've already got the heroes built.
Oh
like,
my
no,
God.
I'm serious. The 3 heroes are built. They're sitting on my desk taunting me.
Yeah.
Paint me, paint me. But yeah, I cracked open a box of Huskarls this morning. Got all of them cleaned. It's got forge roll problems, so the swords or the pikes are all bent. But you just dip it in some boiling hot water and it straightens them out. And then glue them, and then they're ready to go. So like, if I can do a box of models a day, I think I should be able to get all of my stuff ready for...
What's the date today?
It's 25th. So there's 6 days left. It's basically a week.
So our adventures is probably going to be the weekend after the tournament.
So it'll be first week of
So
March.
it's going to be slightly more than a month from now.
Okay.
So what are you going to hope to get done in that time?
Well, I want to have my army built.
Yeah, all built.
By the end of like next weekend.
And primed or?
No, just
put together.
My goal was to have them built. Because...
For a month from now or sooner than that?
No, by the end of January.
Oh, by the end of January.
So I'm kind of cheating a little bit.
Well, the end of January is a few days from now.
Yeah, it's 6 days from now.
Yeah.
I'm cheating with this army a little bit. I bought gamer grass bases.
Yeah.
Which are like the already built and painted ones.
Yeah, that's not cheating. That's fine.
But to do that...
It takes longer to put your models on the bases.
It does. So I've got to clip the strip off.
Yeah.
Like the strip of metal or the resin.
Yeah.
And I've got to pin all their feet.
Yeah.
Which is what I did for my Den of Dunharrow, because I have like wine corks.
Yeah.
So I got to do all that. Get them ready to paint, and then I like assembly line paint stuff.
Yeah.
Base coat. Go in and whatever colors the...
Now, for your Dead of Dunharrow, you were able to use your airbrush for a lot of it.
Yeah, it was cheating.
Are you going to be able to use that for some of this stuff, or no? Or like base coats, or...
Yeah, it'll be... The airbrush makes base coating so much faster.
Yeah.
Like for anything that has armor, I'll probably just paint the armor and like be sloppy with the metal.
Yeah.
To get it.
So all the warriors.
Yeah, and then you just paint over their pants or their arms or whatever with the flesh or the brown colors, right? So what you do is you look at a model and what is the most what's the most real estate on this model? Like, is it armor? Then you start by spray painting it gray or metal. Like, I'm not doing non-metallic metals because maybe by the end of the year I'd be done. So yeah, you just pick whatever the most real estate is and paint that color with the airbrush, and then you go back and you pick stuff out later.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
Like, I'll do the horses. I'm going to do them like Clydesdale, big, meaty horses like they are.
Yeah, that'll be fun to see them.
I've got the Crabane built, because that's actually the first thing I built for my army.
Like mine right there.
Yeah, you did. You can't see it, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's like getting there. I should put that in my pile actually too.
Yeah, well, you've already based it.
50% done.
But it like seeing it on a base, actually, it looks really good.
Yeah. So I raised it up too, just because I didn't want it to be like bumping into every model on the table. That'll like go over a bunch of them. So
it's good.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's our goal for the.
So if you want to join us in our challenge for the end of April.
Yep. Basically
to have an 800-point army done.
Well,
or whatever.
Just set a goal for yourself.
Yeah. Of
something that you've got in your backlog, something you wanted to do. Like if you want to make a display board.
Paint smog and a shade. There you go. Yeah. 800 points. Just like
that. But if you want to build and paint a really nice display board, do that.
Yeah. You got to do more than that. It's 3 months. Come on, man. Don't make it too easy.
No, but you know what I mean. Like I don't want to say you have to do this to be part of it. Like if you've got something that is in your backlog, you've always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Get it done.
That's what I did.
I think next year I might do smog, if I don't sell them.
Sell them.
I should sell them.
Can't stand that model. I love the model, but just like.
I should just paint
keep it outside the game.
Paint it and put it in my display board. Anyway, we've been talking for like 1 billion hours.
So let us know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, leave a comment.
Join in our hobby challenge.
Yeah, and then you can just like let us know.
But that would be awesome. Leave a comment.
That's what I said. Leave a comment.
Leave a comment. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, one thing we didn't mention was I don't know if you did because I saw you posting. Was we both watched Damien and
Steve.
Steve.
Cool Steve.
Yeah. We watched their live stream on Sunday.
Yeah, it was awesome. I had a lot of fun watching that.
I really liked that idea.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
you know what?
Part of where I got this from, because they're like, we're paying stuff that you would never pay.
That was the most hobby time I've spent at one time for probably 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
2 hours. It was like longer than 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I sat from the very beginning. Well, I missed the very beginning because I was doing the dishes, but basically from the beginning right until the end, and it was probably close to 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Right? And I worked on the terrain that I've had on my kitchen table for the last month.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was great, and you know, the end is in sight now on that project, so
it looked good too.
Yeah, and they're going to do another one in a few weeks. I forget when. I think he said the 17th or something. I forget.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So
if they do, then I'm definitely going to get. I got to get something ready to sit down.
I think he said they're going to be working on Isengard Uruk-hai. Yeah, there it is. February the 16th.
Okay.
Sunday.
Sunday night?
Yeah.
Are they going to do it earlier than they did this
They talked about it, yeah. I think it was quite late for them too there, so.
Well, it was 9 o'clock our time.
Yeah, so it was like really
2 in the morning there.
Yeah. So it'll probably be better for them if they started at least an hour earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was fun, and I'm looking forward to doing that again just because I know I'll spend time doing my hobby, so.
That's all it takes is, like, even just seeing other people do it helps motivate you to do it.
That's exactly right.
So
exactly right. So commit.
Just pick something and let us know.
Let us know what it is. Send us some pictures.
From one model to an entire army and display board.
Yeah.
What have I done?
Yours will be. I'll be impressed if you get yours done. I will give you an attaboy.
I could do it. Oh, I'm going to do it. Yeah. I'm going to do it.
You're going to do it. Positive.
I have to focus.
Positive energies.
Yes, positive.
We need one of those pictures that you see on the walls at work, you know, that have those.
The cat where it's like hanging on the wire.
The motivational messages. Like. All right, let's end this before we go on for another half hour.
Well, I know it's been it's 11:15. Oof.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of our adventures in Middle Earth. And we will see you again in a month or so after the next tournament.
It's going to be March.
And we'll show our progress.
Oh yeah, I'm going to definitely be taking pictures of stuff.
Good.
Because having like a record of it It's good.
It
Okay, I
is,
gotta stop
it
talking
is.
about it. I'll go on for another hour.
Okay, guys, don't forget to get your miniatures out and come and play some games with us at the OSBGL. Take care.
After you paint them.
After you paint them. Get them painted first. That's the only thing.